Hey guys, Dr. Stephanie here, and if you ever have any tightness in your glutes or your hips and you really want to learn how to loosen those up and get them feeling better, we're going to go through a routine that will help loosen those up and get them feeling good and ready to go. Okay, so first of all, just lie on your back on the floor, and feet are going to be a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, knees bent. And what we're going to do first is just rotate our knees to the side as far as you can. Come back up and rotate to the other side. And we're just going to go back and forth. Really getting a good stretch there. This is good for the hips, but it's also good for the lower back. We're doing some rotation there. Just pushing our knees down towards the floor as far as we can. Just back and forth. Really getting a good stretch. And trying to keep your upper body on the floor as we do this. Just back and forth. Okay, one more. And then from here, we're going to cross one leg over. So your foot's going to be on your knee here, and you're just going to push this knee down. So push it down as far as you can. This is a good piriformis muscle stretch, so that small muscle kind of deep in your butt here. You should be feeling kind of a stretch, not on this side, but on the other side. And you just want to hold. Push that knee down as far as you can. And then we'll bring it back up and switch sides. So now we push this knee down, and you can use both hands if you want to. Really push that. You should feel it kind of deep in here, but also kind of on the outside of your hip as well. Just get a good stretch there. Just kind of hold it. I don't like to hold stretches for too long, but hold it long enough that you feel like it's kind of loosening up and relaxing. Okay, from there, we're going to bring both knees up to our chest and just bring those up as far as you can. Really getting a good stretch kind of back here in your lower back. And sometimes people don't feel these stretches that much, but that's okay. You're still doing a stretch, you're still getting in movement. So if you don't feel like it's like this really intense stretch, it's still effective. So you don't need to feel like you're trying to stretch to do the splits or anything. Okay, from here, we're going to pull our knees apart and just hold this position. This is a good one for the adductors, kind of the muscles in here. And it's important that we not just strengthen, but loosen up the glute muscles, but also all of the muscles surrounding the hips. Because if we loosen up the glutes, but these adductors are tight, that can still cause pain and tightness around your hip. So we need to make sure everything's kind of loosened up and relaxed. Okay, from here, we are going to take one knee and you're just going to rotate it all the way over to the floor. And while you're here, you can put your arms straight out if you want to. You can look this way. Sometimes that helps with a little neck and head stretch. And we're going to just hold that for 5 to 10 seconds. And then we'll switch sides. So now bring this knee to the floor. And this is a great stretch for the glutes, but it's also great for kind of the upper, mid, and lower back. And you can put your hand here. You can also look the other way to get a neck stretch. And then let's do that one more time on each side. So this knee to the floor. Just hold this position. And then we'll go and do the same thing on the other side. Really get that knee to the floor. Okay, come back to the middle. And now we're just going to let our knees fall out to the side. And from this position, we're just going to do a little lift and come back down. A little lift and back down. Just lifting as high as you can. but you don't need to overextend. So no higher than like where your body's even here. We're just lifting, keeping those knees falling out and relaxed. And nice and slow, up and back down, up and back down. Let's do 2 more here. And last one. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and flip over onto our hands and knees. And from this position, we're gonna do what's called a hip car. And so what you wanna do is you're gonna bring your leg straight up so it's parallel to the ground. Stick this knee out to the side, come around and back down. And you don't wanna, I kind of was looking, so I kind of leaned my back a little bit, but you wanna keep your back pretty flat. So now we go the opposite direction. So now you're gonna bring knee up, out to the side, around, and back down. So let's do a couple of those. It can feel kind of awkward at first, but we're just kind of making that hip joint move. So the femur, or the ball part of the hip joint, is moving all around in the socket. So this really helps to loosen up the hips, loosen up those glutes. So just all the way around. Let's do 1 more each way. Back down, and then finish with this one. All right, now let's do the other leg. So again, we're gonna go up to parallel, point out to the side, down, here. And then kind of bring your knee up, out to the side, around, and back down. Up, around, and down. Up, around, and back down. We'll do it again. And it can take a while to get used to this, so if you feel like you're not doing it right, that's okay. Just do it slow and do it just the best that you can. All right, let's do 1 more time each way. Okay, from that position, we are going to bring our knees apart a little bit, feet together here. We're gonna do a little bit of a rock back. So we're just gonna rock back here and come back up and rock and come back up. Just pausing for a second or two down here and back up. And let's go ahead and do 1 more of those. And back up. And then let's go onto our back, and we're gonna finish with 1 final stretch. We're gonna do another piriformis stretch. This one, you're gonna cross your knee over, you're gonna grab behind this leg and just hold this position. Kind of breathe into it. Just really let yourself relax, stretch that piriformis muscle. Do about 5 more seconds here. Okay, now let's switch. Same thing on the other side, so cross the leg over, place your hands behind your knee, and just pull back. Breathe into it. Let everything relax as you do this. Five more seconds. Okay. So that routine should help kind of loosen up those glutes, loosen up those hips, even loosen up your lower back. And so that's something that you can do daily if you want to. Just kind of loosen everything up, get that whole lower back, hip area feeling better, and hopefully all of your activities feeling better as well.